Well, good morning. We don't seem to be able to running that film this month. Wonder what's going wrong with that now. Just a minute. Let me go do something. There we are, and we get going. How strange. That film wouldn't run, would it? We've had this problem with the clock, haven't we, on the bingo as well? It doesn't run. I wonder why that is. How very strange and mysterious. No little film this morning. Are you disappointed? Do you want the film? I can't run it. I don't know why. Let me try again. Hang on a minute. Let's see what happens. It's just like stuck there, isn't it? Can you hear any birds singing? No, nothing. How strange. I think what I'd have to do is no, that's not going to happen. What I'd have to do is close the program and restart it. Sorry about that. So we're straight in this morning. No introduction. But maybe a drum. Let's have a drum roll instead. A drum roll, and I'll introduce myself. Live from the Bracknell Television Centre in Royal Berkshire on Monday the 3rd of February 2020. This is United Kingdom Talk with Chris Reardon. And a very good morning to you. Welcome to today's show, boys and girls. It's all going terribly wrong this morning. It really is. Good morning. Hello. Just coming up to 9:15. A little bit earlier. I don't know what went wrong with that thing then. It's still not cold out there, is it? I must say, very nice weather. I went out and put my blue bin out. Actually, I put my blue bin out on a Sunday night because they come earlier on a Monday. If it's the blue bins, which are the recyclable ones, if you see what I mean, then they, for whatever reason, they come a lot earlier on a Monday. But there we are. That's how it is. Thanks so much to those of you that joined us for the show last night, our bingo show. Bingo. Who won last night the main prize? Someone new. Paul. Was it Paul? I think it was Paul won the T-shirt last night. He chose a T-shirt for the bingo prize, the main bingo prize last night. Diane Jeb won. She won an orange pen. And someone else won. Who was the other person? I can't remember. Someone else won as well. Perhaps someone will remember who that was last night. But that's what we did last night. We were speeding through the numbers a little bit too fast last night. I did think that. I was calling out these numbers. 1 and 3, 13. 2 and 4, 24. 5 and 6, 50. And there were no complaints until we finished the game. And then people said, oh, you're going a bit too fast, which I understand. And I thought I might have been going a bit too fast. So then I slowed down. And then other people started moaning, oh, now you're going too slow, so you can't win. I think, I'll be honest, sometimes I think that I ask you things only to receive several different answers. So it's probably better for me to make a decision myself and ignore everything else. Because it just starts creating rows. People are shouting and screaming at each other. Why can't you keep up and all this business, dear? It's a little bit, well, I drive the car slow. You know that. I'm the old bloke on the side of the road at 55 mile an hour on the motorway. Great big lorries screaming and shouting in their big hooters. We do like big hooters, don't we, boys? We love a pair of big hooters. There you go. What I never understand is if you're on a motorway, right? 3 lanes, some of them 4, some of them 5. Okay, you're on the inside lane going at your speed that you've decided to do, 55 mile an hour, and there's a lorry or a car behind you flashing its lights. The other 4 lanes are free. Why don't they just take over? I don't understand. Or overtake. Isn't that strange and mysterious? I've already had a go at my sister. She was moaning last night and all, weren't she? Oh, she likes to join in and get in there. My sister looks for little faults and goes on at them. She does. It's true. Looks for little faults and then grabs hold of them and says, like a parrot. But with that, the beak, obviously. I'm the one with the beak, look. This is a beak and a half, isn't it, eh? You would die for a nose like that. Let's say hello to some of you this morning. Good morning to Jason Hughes, Tony King, Fran Green in the house, Mick Davenport. Good morning, Brenda. How's your heart this morning? I'm glad to see it's still beating. Just. Mick Davenport's having a little bit of a problem with his heart at the moment. He's going to be the first person to have a pig's heart inserted inside him. Yes, and they're going to make sausages out of the pigs, aren't you, darling? Oh, how awful. Poor little pigs, dear. Poor pigs. Hope your heart's all right this morning, Mark. Heidi Oliver, good morning. Heidi is appearing as if by magic in a puff of smoke. Good morning. Hello to Mr. Dave Moses. Hello, Mr. Dave Moses. How's the radio station going? Oh, Dave, I had a dream last night. I've got to tell you about this dream. I don't know where it came from. It's a radio type dream. Actually, Dave, there you go, Dave. I'm going to do what you do to me now. I'm going to do what you do to all your listeners. I'm going to tease that. I'm going to tease that and hold it back for later on. That's what I'm going to do. As pain and suffering for you doing that to your listeners. Coming up in today's show, and they tell you little bits, and then there'll be a bit in there that you really want to listen to. And they hold on to it at an ungiven time, forcing you to listen to the rest of the drivel that they start playing. Not that you play drivel. Sorry, that's reserved for Heart. Drivel is reserved for... Yeah, you're listening to Heart. It's 17 minutes past 9 o'clock. Coming up, we have Michael Jackson, Kylie Minogue, and Daft Punk on Britain's greatest music mix. Heart 106.9. Sorry. Dave doesn't do... I don't think Dave does that. I think he says interesting things. But yes, so my dream, Dave, my radio-type dream, which features heavily a presenter on ILR... I don't know why this came into my head last night while I woke up. The dream was, and I'll tell you about it later. I love this show. I love doing it. See, he's got to stay now. He's dying. He's desperate to know what that dream was about. Morning to Michael Pullman in Australia. There is Mr. Ray Reynolds, who's going to see us later at the House of Horrors, Central Station, Monday nights. Morning to you, Ray. Good morning, Diane Jeb. There is a winner of an orange bingo pen last night. Morning. Hello to Fran Green, who is in charge of Thumbs Up. There is Brian Fitzpatrick. Good morning, Brian. He turned up at the pub Saturday. It was lovely to see him. Really nice to see you Saturday, Brian. Adrian Richardson is there. Good morning, Adrian. There's young John Aitken. Daniel Holmes. A very good morning to you, Daniel. Oh, you're new, aren't you? You're welcome to the show, Daniel. Hope you find it of limited interest. I find it of limited interest, and I'm the one sitting here doing it. But to be honest, I can't lie to you, Daniel. Whereabouts are you? I think you're new. Welcome to the show, Daniel. Hello to Steph Diamond. Let's get all these name checks in for you. Blue bins, Dave. Never heard of them. Must be some mucky stuff in there. Terrible stuff in my blue bins. No, that's our blue bins are for our recyclables, papers and tins and body parts. Because you can put body part if you know, looking at your arm, don't want that arm anymore, you chuck that off, put it in the blue bin, and it gets recycled onto someone else's torso. That is what I've heard from the council. Oh, we're starting to get new bins apparently for food waste. We're getting new bins for food waste, which would be useless to me because I never throw any food out ever. I never, ever throw food out. I don't buy too much and I don't cook too much. I eat everything on the plate. I never, ever have food waste. And it's disgusting how people scrape half their dinner into the blooming thing. Awful. Terrible. Let's just scroll down a bit. There is the lovely Claire. Thank you, Claire. Received your text this morning as well. Good morning to you, Claire. Is that everyone? I think that's everyone. Look at Dave. He's sitting there waiting quietly for the story, aren't you, my love? No, it's not you. It's not you there. Hello to Alan Wainwright. Good morning, Alan. Is that everyone? Have we got everyone in there? I think I missed someone. One moment. Let me just scroll up a little bit there. One moment, please. Oh, I'm on in the background at Mandy's house. How rude. She's sorting out her ingredients for baking. I will not be on in the background, Mandy. Put the baking down. I'm only going to be here an hour or so. I'll only be here an hour or so. Daniel's got trouble with his connection there. Nope, no other reports of that, Daniel, I'm afraid, so it may well be you. Can I suggest you close the page and reopen it? See if that works for you. John Parrish is in the house. Good morning to you, John. I'm sure there's another one, like someone with a long username. Did I see not a fun things to do with tech or something? Why can't I see that now? Flashing up in front of me there at the speed of light. No, maybe not. Perhaps you'll send a message again if I've missed someone out there. Okay? John, thanks for calling me young. I don't feel it or look it. Well, I'd agree with that, John. There's not a lot of things I agree with various different people, especially snowflakes. I don't really agree with much of what they say. But when you say you don't feel or look young, I'll agree with that, John. Just to make you feel good about yourself. All right, my love? How rude. Adrian, I can tell you don't waste any food. There he is. Fun things to do with Tech Sparky. I knew you were there. You're cluttered up in the rest of the messages. Pouring into Television Centre Bracknell this morning. You really are. After I finished last night's show, which we had great fun last night, I had chips and I burnt the baked beans, didn't I? I had them on low. I put the chips in the oven and I've got an electric hob thing downstairs. Okay. And morning to Trevor Campbell. Oh, you come along to the bingo, to the karaoke tonight. Be nice to see you there, Trevor. We've got a birthday tonight, so I'll have to go out and get a little cake from the Audi there. Yes, I put the beans on really low. I've got electric hob thing downstairs. It's years old. Must be about 20 years old, this hob. And I put that on like 1, and I put the chips in the oven, Slimming World chips, so quick spray on the... Oh, by the way, I've weighed myself this morning. We're bang on 12 stone 3 pounds. Sorry, 13 stone 3 pounds. Bang on 13 stone 3 pounds today, which I'm okay with. I've lost a bit over the weekend, nearly a pound. But I'm not going to get to my 13 stone that I wanted to be just before my birthday. But there you go. One of those things. So just a couple of extra pounds on there. Ready for my impending trip out this week. Adam the plumber, regular correspondent and viewer to the show, and his other half are taking me, not one outing, 2 outings I'm going. That's on Wednesday at the Dorchester Hotel for afternoon tea. I will be suitably attired for that, boys and girls. And don't worry, United Kingdom Talk television cameras, i.e. the iPhone, will be there to cover the event in full colour and stereo for those of you with Nikam stereo digital decoders on your sets. Yes, it'll all be there. Don't worry. Don't worry. So that's happening. And then after the Dorchester, we're going to see Mary Poppins. It don't get much better than that. And that'll finish about 10:30. I might come straight home or I might go to Vauxhall. Lovely little place. I like to visit. I haven't been ages. Little place I used to go to called Chariots. Wonderful little club there. So I might do that on Wednesday night. Anyway, so I've put the chips and that in the oven. Put the beans on low. Come back up here and doing some bits and pieces. Sorting your prizes out to send off this morning. And then you look at the clock and like 20 minutes has passed. I thought, oh, those beans will be, starting to warm up now. On 1. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the dial. I think it's 8 on there or 10. I can't remember what it is now. Gone back downstairs. Of course, they stuck to the bottom, haven't they? I mean, they're not burning, but the beans have now stuck to the bottom of the pan. Scrapes. I'm not going to waste them. Certainly not. Some people would chuck those away. Terrible waste of food. We can't afford to waste food, dear. So I'm scraping away at the bottom. I got them back up again and give them a bit of a stir and they were fine. So I had those. And I have on the chips as an additional extra black Cajun seasoning. Oh, and it burns your mouth as it goes in. Oh, it's lovely. Lovely. Like those chips that you can get them from Five Guys. £5 for a small packet of chips. Outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. Well, they taste like those, but obviously thicker. I cut up the potatoes, quick spray with fry light, in the oven, 220, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, something like that. Be careful, you get to like 20 minutes and you'll think, oh, they're not done. Then they very quickly burn. You've got to keep an eye on those. Every minute you're looking in that little glass window. I'll be honest with you, it's a lot more interesting in watching this show. So that's what I had last night. Very nice. And then I sat down in front of the telly and I started on the new series on Netflix of Anne with an E. If you haven't seen that before, it's a feel-good television series, and it's based on the books Anne of Green Gable. And it's very, very much like Little House on the Prairie. If you enjoyed Little House on the Prairie, you'd love it. Okay, it's called Anne with an E. We're on series 3. And it starts off and she's on a horse. And then it kind of turns around. You see her face. She has now turned from a little girl into a young woman. And I love to see that. I love to see people growing up. Sometimes it's very sad, really. At the moment, of course, for example, I was looking last night while I was watching the telly on my little coffee table. There's a picture of one of my nephews and my niece. You know, when I was still at school, like, I don't know, 15, 14, 15, 16. And of course, they've got their own families now. And I look at that and think, oh, it's so sad that they grew up, you know. But now, of course, we've got great nephews and great nieces, you know. There's Evie, who's 7. There's George, who's 7. Both different families here. So that's my nephew's family and my niece's family. We've got Harry, who's 6. We've got Emily, who's 6. We've got Olivia, who's 3. And we've got James, who's 2. And, of course, you know, they're all little young and little cutie little things and a little bit mad, just like myself. But, of course, at some point they will also grow up and hopefully I'll see them get married and maybe I'll be lucky and get to see one more. A lot of little people starting to grow up. I love it. I love it. Anyway, so I'm watching this Anne with an E, and she's changed now from girl to young woman. And they're talking about boys and all that business. And how you get someone to know that you're going to fancy them. And they had this, it's an American thing, and it's set 1940s, 1950s, something like that. It's all very old-fashioned. It's wonderful. But it's just a feel-good programme. And one of the ways they do this in the school was they had a board. Now, I can't remember what they called it now. But you'll put a note to someone to indicate that you're interested in them. Not a direct, I really fancy you. They call it a noticing board. A noticing board. That's it. Just to put... So say that you fancied me, which is probably virtually everyone on here, to be honest. So, thank you, Michael Lawrence has just sent a £10 super chat. Thank you, Michael. That's an £11 super chat. Michael actually said he was going to do that because he has now purchased a T-shirt. Thank you, Michael. That'll be in the car for you tonight. I will expect you to put this on tonight at the karaoke, okay? These are available. We've only got medium and white. Sorry, medium and large, black or white. That's all we've got at the moment. And there's not too many of them, okay? We've got these available for sale if you want one. £11. I don't make any money. £6 for the T-shirt. YouTube take 30% of the £11. £1.50 on the stamp. Their money's gone, yeah? So I don't make any money out of those, but you asked for them, so I had a few done. Thank you very much, Michael. I'll come back to your messages in a moment, boys and girls. And there's like a noticing board. And if you fancied someone, say virtually all of you here would fancy me, for example, you could put something like, Chris Reardon, you have been noticed. But you wouldn't necessarily know who that's from. They think, oh, wow, someone fancies me. Someone fancies me. You know, if I was to set up a board here and you could somehow throw notes from the computer screen onto the board, it would be full up very quickly, wouldn't it? I'm sure you would agree with me. So do watch that, Anne with an E. And I watched episode 1 of series 3 last night. They're on the 3rd series. Watch it from the beginning. You'll love it. I'm serious. If you like Little House on the Prairie, you will absolutely love that. Okay? Just come back to some of your messages there. I can't read all your messages, I'm afraid, boys and girls. We're just too busy with messages now. But I shall at least read all the name checks. Actually, it's not too bad this morning. We may well be able to keep up this morning, so that's good news. Claire says she's the same, hates throwing food away. I really hate throwing food away. Absolutely hate it. Absolutely hate it. Fun things to do with tech. You're more nuts than a hamster on a 100-mile-an-hour wheel. Well, you should get one of those and a hamster. Save you a lot of money in electricity bills if you just attach a dynamo to it or an alternator, one of those things. I don't know what they are, dear. Some sort of electrical gadgets. Talking of electrical things, I've got a couple of stories about electricity and all that coming up in the show today. John says he's managed to survive here in the caravan. John's got a caravan up north with all the cold weather, soon be spring. Have you got heating in there, John? What have you got? What sort of heating have you got in there? In your caravan? Have you got central heating? Or have you got air source heat pump? Or nothing? Or just electric fires? Or something like that? I'd be interested to know. If you burn baked beans, do they turn into black-eyed peas? Oh, what's that song by the Black Eyed? I can't remember that song. But Shut Up or something like this. It's Shut Up. Can't remember now. Heidi wants to know, how do you burn baked beans? Don't stir them. Try it tonight, Heidi. Have a fire extinguisher standing by. Oh, John's just had a lovely mushroom omelette. I love omelettes. Oh, you're tempting me now, John. I might go and get some eggs and have... Oh, no, I've got something out of the freezer already. I'm trying to run down my freezer at the moment. I want to defrost the one at the house. Morning to John and Paul and Lou. Good morning to Paul and Lou this morning. Hello, do LaBelle. I am her emerald-eyed Super Bowl of magic. I can see in years to come, LaBelle, I will be asked to sing at the Super Bowl. I can see that happening. I mean, move aside, Barry. Move aside, Beyonce. Chris Reardon is in the house. Yes, I can see myself singing at the Super Bowl. What would you like me to sing at the Super Bowl? Any suggestions? Any suggestions? Good morning to Mark Jones. Welcome to Mark Jones. Brian mentions his Little House on the Prairie. Laura Ingalls. That's the one, Laura Ingalls. You're absolutely right. Laura Ingalls is the one. Good morning to Brendan Brady fan. Greg's in Melksham for today is Jason Hughes. Yeah, you see, I went to Greg's Saturday and I've still managed to lose weight. That's because I had the items and that was my lunch. It wasn't as an addition, you know. You get into trouble when you start having, you have your normal meals, but then you go to Greg's and have a snack. No, that has to become your meal. So I've got away with that one. Quite pleased about that. I've managed to get away with that one. No, I haven't done the emails yet. I haven't done any more emails yet since I've replied to that. Jack, good morning to Jack. A very good morning to Jack this morning. Shake that bum properly, he says. Didn't I do a super chat jingle? Yes, I did do a super chat jingle. Did I do a super chat jingle? I'm sure I did. Did I do a super chat jingle? Let's do it again anyway, just in case. I think I did. Good evening. Good morning, Liz. Where have you been, Liz? She says it's raining and very windy where she is. Could you sing It's Raining Men for me at the Super Bowl? It's raining men. Boo! Hallelujah. It's raining men. Boo, boo. Da, da, da. The proper one by the Weather Girls. Not Jerry Halliwell, dear. No, dear. The Weather Girls, original version, proper version. Not Jerry Halliwell. A very, very thin copy, dear. Very thin being the optional word there. Oh, tea's gone cold. I hate that. My dad used to sit there drinking pints of cold tea, I tell you. Mum would bring in this tea really carefully, really burning hot it was. And then Dad would he'd leave it and forget about it. And then he'd just drink it cold. How awful. Morning to Merlin. Morning, Merlin. Morning, SOS Gregorian. Of course they've been sent, dear. Of course they have. Patience, dear. That was Saturday. For God's sake, man. You lot need to be a bit more patient. Honestly, he got something on Saturday, right? Saturday, post finished now. Sunday, no post. Monday morning, they probably just collected the damn thing from the post box. Patience, dear. Christ, the amount of people, they win something, an hour later, like SOS Gregorian, they're on. Oh, haven't received my thing yet. An hour later. God's sake, man. Patience. You're a doctor, dear. You wouldn't be very good at gardening, have you? Haven't been very good at gardening at all. Right, let me just tell you this dream that I've had. Specially story today for Mr. Dave Moses. So I'm lying there. I had, again, trouble sleeping last night. Now, I've been having trouble sleeping since they changed my pills. And I've got to pop into the hospital tomorrow. That's only for them to take the blood and then to see the doctor the week after. And I'm going to mention this to him now. I said, because I think these are stopping me sleeping well. I'm like sleeping now no longer than 4 hours at a time. I'll be honest with you, I'm not tired. I'm not tired at all. Not tired one little bit. And I wake up and I can't get back to sleep. And the same thing happened last night. Went to bed about 2 o'clock last night. By the time I'd finished in here, that's how long it takes to sort everything out. People don't realise that. The show finished, what, 9:30? 9:30? Okay, I went downstairs. I had some dinner, watched Down with an E, come back up here and started putting some stuff together. Sent a little bit more up to BBC Lincolnshire. I'll tell you what I sent them, actually. I sent them the story about the car and the dish, not the dishwasher, the car wash, the car wash story I sent them last night, and when we were instructing you how to become a winner and not a loser like most of you are. I mean, I see Roy Brownlow in front of me now. I mean, if there are any losers on there, there's a very good example of one there. You know, I sent that stuff. I was instructing you how to become a winner and not a loser last night. I've sent that up to BBC Lincolnshire. Anyway, so that's what I did. I came up here, put some bits and pieces together, worked a bit on some music, and then it was like 2 o'clock. So I went to bed at 2 o'clock, watched a bit of the news while I was in bed, got off to sleep, 2:30. Well, I was awake again at 6. I woke up at 6 and I'm trying to go to sleep. Someone said a good way of going to sleep is to lay on your back and stretch your hands out. So you see, stretch them like that. Stretch your hands. I bet Roy Brownlow does that. Look. Okay, bye then, Roy. If you're going, bye. Just go. Hasn't been here for a week and expects all the attention again, doesn't he? Stretch your hands out like that. Trying to go to sleep like that while you're lying like that. But I don't know if it's working or not. So I might mention that to them. Let's just scroll up there. I'm going to tell you I'll tell you the story first. So here's the story. So I've woken up. In fact, I'm just gonna cover those messages because you can't get the story out. Idiots. 1 moment, please. That's me, idiot. There we go. I'm doing things wrong this morning. There we go. So the story is, I woke up and I was aware that I'd been dreaming. And this particular radio presenter, I have to say, he's very, very good looking. And he's been on the telly recently, Roman Kemp. Roman Kemp. He was my dream. Now, there was nothing rude about it at all. Before you start saying that sort of thing, I'll come back to your messages shortly. There's nothing rude about it. Incidentally, the louder you shout at me, like Roy Brownlow, the more chance you have of being ignored. Just to let you know that, okay, Roy? The more you go on and on, the more you get ignored. I try and give everyone exactly the same amount of messages read out on here. Just because you shout, the man who shouts loudest gets ignored the most. That's how I work. Have you been on a tour, by the way? You must have been on some sort of magician's tour. Roy Brownlow does magicians. I'll tell you what, Roy, if you could do some magic now and make yourself disappear really quickly, see if you can do that and see how long it takes before someone notices you're not there. Anyway, back to the dream. So I dreamt about Roman Kemp. And this is what I dreamt, Dave Moses. I mean, you probably, I expect you know him being in the industry. Oh, he knows everyone, Dave Moses. He's not shy about chucking the names around, you know. Tony Blackburn, Capital Radio. I've produced here. It's a very, very important person here. Very important. Anyway, you can tell he works in radio because he looks really scruffy. When he was back 10 years ago, he was all smart, nice little neat haircut and all his little tight haircut. Lovely, looked like he was going down the gym. Now, well, dear me, dreadful. You look like a bad copy of Graham Norton, to be honest, at some point. So, Roman Kemp's in this dream. I'm sitting in a radio studio, right? This. All I can remember is this. I'm sitting one side of the desk. On the other side is Roman Kemp. And he is completely and totally and utterly out of it. Standing next to him is a bloke who looks like he might be his dad, but isn't old enough. And he looks like him. So in my dream, I'm assuming that that's his brother. There was one other person in this dream as well, but I don't know who this was, and I can't quite picture the face, and I don't think they were doing anything, so I just pushed him aside. But Roman Kemp was completely and utterly out of it, and he was playing like a pre-record, although he was there supposed to be doing the show. And me, taking the caring attitude, I'm telling him to go home before the managers in there walk in and realise how totally and utterly out of it he is. And then someone puts these little drugs in front of him, you know, the little powder stuff, and like one of those rolled up pieces of paper, and he's shoved it on his nose like that. Oh, it's disgusting. How anyone can put stuff like that up their nose, I really don't know. And he's doing this on the desk. This is my dream last night. On the desk where the equipment is, except in front of him is just a desk. It didn't look quite like a radio studio. There was a desk, there was a mixer, which looked quite new, lots of sparkly lights on it, and behind him some equipment as well. So I knew it was a radio studio, but he was so out of it and he couldn't do the show. And then now and again, he would perk up and he'd be able to do a link. A link is a bit that they say between the songs. That's a link. Now and again, he would perk up and he'd finish the link and he'd be out of it again like that. And I'm like, come on, Roman. You don't know me. I was saying, you don't know me. I don't even know what I was doing there. You don't know me, but I'm telling you now, please take notice of me. Go home. Don't let them see you in this state because you will lose your job. And that basically was it. How weird is that? Isn't that the weirdest thing? Now, I seem to remember... I'm sure I saw... a video or something like that of someone doing this with their nose. It was a video. I saw a video on the internet last night of someone doing this blooming thing with the rolled up. So it's got to be referring to that. Why Roman Kemp came into the dream, I'd never met him. I've only listened to him once on the radio. I've seen a few posters because they put up posters now. I wonder if you'll ever be on the poster, Dave Moses, advertising a show of yours. Can you see that happening? Can you see that happening? I wonder if you'll ever be on a poster like that, like Roman Kemp is. I mean, he's had a lot of Photoshop. I mean, he's not bad looking, I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't say no. But when you see the photo, you can see there's quite a lot of Photoshopping where the face has been smoothed out and all that. Unlike mine. Look at mine. Look. But isn't that the weirdest thing? So that was my dream last night, and I wanted to tell you about that. There you go. All right, Dave? There you go. Right, let's go back to some of your messages. Did John, talking about his caravan, he's got central heating and a couple of oil-filled electric heaters. Oh, right. Do you not find the central heating is good enough on its own, then? The only thing is it's the blooming gas bottles. If you've got central heating... and you're not connected to mains gas in the caravan, these bottles can only last 2 or 3 weeks, don't they? You see, I've got the air source heat pumps. I've worked those out now. You've literally got to leave them on virtually all the time, on low. That kind of works. Don't have to change any bottles yet. And for 3 months electricity, 4 months, it was June... July, August, September. Was it September? No, hang on a minute. December, November, October, September, August. August to December, I think I paid £120 electric. And that was using my air source heat pump. It's all right. Although one of them seems to have developed a little bit of a problem. There's a dripping sound. It's not all the time. It's sometimes. I looked it up and on the internet, a lot of people said that it was a blocked overflow pipe or something like that, and I've got to take the front off, take screws, lift it forward, and there should be a tray under there. I've got to clear the tube somehow. I don't know how you do that. Probably a blooming a small field mouse has probably crawled up in it or something like that. So yes, John, long as you're warm in there, it's quite nice living in the caravan, I think. Liz, Ellie has got a bloke this morning at 3 a.m. from Australia. He's supposed to be 52, but he's really about 95. She hasn't slept all night long. A great song by Lionel Richie, incidentally. Mr. SOS Gregorian hates gardening. I love gardening. I love gardening. Deeply Dippy. I hate that song. I was never a fan of Right Said Fred, to be honest, Jack. All right. Not to worry, Merlin. It's in the bag waiting for you. Merlin bought a fridge magnet yesterday. Okay. Hello to Battle Cute. A very good morning to Battle Cute. Did you hear Scooper Dennis? Scoper Dennis Hands has died. Dennis Hands. Is that the old bloke with the glasses who... Look, can I just look that up, boys and girls? Dennis, have I got that name right? Let me have a look. Battle Cutie. Hello, Battle Cute. I think you're new, so welcome to the show. Dennis Hands. Let me just have a look. He was one of the first people I ever saw doing like a vlog which is basically what this is. I like to think it's a little bit more than a vlog. It's certainly not just a chat box. I do a little bit more. So Dennis Hand, Hands, is that right? Dennis Hands. There it is. Dennis Hands. One moment, please.
Welcome. Hello, my name is Dennis Hands.
No. Is it a bloke? Does he? It looks like he plays the guitar. Is that who he is? Simple Man, 1 year ago. If that's him, then no, I don't know him. There was an old bloke. I would imagine older than Dennis Hands, and he was one of the first people I came across, if not the first person I came across. And he was an old bloke, quite thin, glasses. His wife had died some years ago, and I can't find him again. I can't remember his name. He was very interesting, talking about his experiences through life and that sort of thing. But no, I don't really know Dennis Hands there. Don't really know him. If I may have the wrong one. There. Perhaps you can give us a little bit more advice on that one. Okay. Alan's got very wet. Sorry about that. Let's have a look. My neighbour, Ralph Little, is the new star of Death in Paradise. Which one is Ralph Little? Black or white? Is he one? Which one is he? I don't know. My favourite one is, of course, the Chief Inspector. Great actor. I can't think of his name. I never remember his name. He's my favourite person on there. Good morning to Scammer Basher. Very good morning to Scammer Basher. Jack Matthews, good day to you. Let's have a look. Here we go. Merlin, since they changed... Are you on the same sort of pills as me, Merlin? You may well be. Since they changed my medication, I've been sleeping about 4 hours a night to start with. I wasn't tired, but now it's starting to get to me. Well, I've been on these since November, and with it, after about a week, I noticed I was sleeping less. Don't know, but I'm not. As I say, I'm not really tired. I certainly won't be tired after doing the show. So, I've got to go to Toyota afterwards and take my car in for the smash lights. Because I didn't look behind me. Funny, isn't it? I'm reversing. Beep, beep, beep. You can hear this alarm going off, but because you can't see anything, you just assume there's nothing there. So you carry on reversing. Smash light. I can't believe it. Can't believe it. There we go. Dave, I knew he would. Dave knows Roman. Roman's a lovely chap. Worked with him just before I left Capital. Yes, and he comes across as that. I bet he is, as he is on the radio. I bet he's just like that, isn't he? I wouldn't assume for one moment he does anything like that, but I don't know why he came into my dream or anything. That is the weirdest thing, isn't it? It was a lovely dream, though. I woke up with... No, it doesn't matter. John, Roman Kemp is a good-looking young man. His dad, Martin Kemp, a very handsome man. He certainly is. It must run in the family. A little bit like me, you know. If I had several children now, they'd all be in modelling. I'm just not in modelling because I'm Catholic and we're not allowed to take our clothes off in public. That is why I'm not a model. Okay? No, I didn't say he has a brother. He did in the dream, though, Heidi. He has a brother there. Where are we going? Let's have... Oh, we jumped forward there. I can't keep up with these. Mick, since they changed my tablets, I wake up with 3 legs. Is that normal? Yeah, chop one of them off. There's plenty of people, dear. Plenty of people that would be pleased of one of your legs. Send it off. Send it off. Liz Hargreaves has got an upset stomach because he's having too many bananas. Okay, Ralph is white. He was in the royal family and 2 pints of lager. I haven't... Oh, maybe I've only watched 1 episode so far. He's taken over from Adriel. Who's Adriel? Blimey, I'm not following that programme. Maybe I haven't watched enough of them yet. I've only watched the first one so far. Haven't watched the first one so far. Let's scroll up. Look, him screaming for the raffle. I'll do it when I'm ready. Thank you very much. Not when you start chatting and screaming at me. Let's have a look there. Thank you. All right. There we are. You see how it all kind of stops when I start scrolling up, trying to find bits and pieces. Let's have a look there. Jack H or Jack M. Jack is sexy. Poor Rachel's got stomach cramps. That'd be the bananas, Rachel. You have too many of them. This doesn't feel live. I miss you on Periscope. It is live. How can it not feel live? How can it not feel live? Dave Mosid would be graffiti. I'd be made to look like a pirate. Aye, aye, midship lads. Aye, aye, midship lads. Dave? Oh, should I read that? Yeah, why not? You've posted it. Roman, he came in drunk once to host one of the summertime balls live. We had to keep giving him coffee before the show. Oh, he's all right. I think he's all right, actually. I don't think he's a bad person at all. Most people get drunk at some point. I don't. I don't ever get drunk. Never. Never get drunk, really. I'll be having a little glass of champagne with my afternoon tea. With my afternoon tea, and that's it. You know, that's it. I'm not on Periscope anymore, Battle Q. I just found what happened is that the messages, and we're not on Facebook either. I'm just on YouTube now. What happened is that the messages never came over from one system onto the other, and there'd be no messages and people would moan. Why aren't you reading any messages? I at least try and read one or two of them, as you well know, but it's just impossible to read them all. How rude. Roy Brownlow, Chris, we need an ugly sister for the panto. Please send your picture. I tell you what, do a screenshot of it now and I'll do one for you. Are you ready? Can you operate that on? Because you're quite old, aren't you, Roy? Can you operate? Do you understand how to do a screenshot on your computer? Huh? There's plenty of much younger people on here, like Tony King, SOS Gregorian, Battle Cute, Sean Pye, Mandy Davenport. They're all there. Any of them will be able to help you poor old soul, dear. Are you speaking from an elderly person's home at the moment? Right, here we go. Are you ready for your screenshot? Here we go. Ugly sister. Have you done that? Thank you very much. To make it easier, just say Dr. Gregorian, hence Thorf. It's very difficult when you see the name there. Liz never gets drunk. Liz, have you been to confession this week? There's your first confession. I lied. Terrible, dear. Terrible. All right. So that's the Roman Kemp dream that I had last night. Just to let you know, there's no show tomorrow morning because I need to go into the hospital and do my bloods. There'll be a show tomorrow night. Our phone-in show this week will be on Tuesday instead of Thursday because I've been lucky enough to be asked to go into BBC Berkshire and do a little chat with them. That'll be Thursday night, somewhere between 8 and 9 on BBC Radio Berkshire. Okay, so the phone-in show will, for this week, be on Tuesday night, somewhere between 7 and 9 o'clock. Let us start. Okay, I just spoke to my mate on the phone just while I was getting ready now. My mate's called, and he's got his cat in. His cat's gone to the vet. This is the cat, incidentally, that has cost him about £10,000. Poor little thing had a brain tumour. And as you well know, not many people have got £8,000, £9,000, £10,000 to spend on a cat. And you know what the other option is. I hate to say it. I'm not going to say it. Anyway, so this cat last year had a brain tumour. Went to the vet, so can't do anything, I'm afraid, other than, I said, well, there must be something you can do. They said, well, you could take him to this vet hospital. Fortunately, they had insurance. The insurance didn't pay the whole 10 grand, but quite a lot of it. Okay, so I think they had to find about £2,000 or £3,000 and took the brain tumour off, and the cat is still alive now. A few weeks after that, unfortunately, the stitching came apart and literally you could see his skull. I didn't see this myself. So they had to go back to the vets and they restitched it up. That was another X amount of money, what have you. However, the cat is still here. It's not the same as it was before the operation. It has to be said. It's got and I don't mean this in a nasty or funny way at all. It's got like a look of bemusement on its face most of the time. Bless its heart. It just doesn't seem to know where it is. And it gets angry very quickly. It gets angry. That being said, it's a lovely cat, Vuitton. And if you just give him a little bit of time, he comes over to you. Ginger cat, and he's got a brother called Louis and Vuitton, you see. Anyway, so it's been to the vet for a checkup recently, and they said it needed its teeth cleaned. Okay, So it's gone to the vet this morning and he's been quoted £800. £800. And the reason apparently is it has to be anaesthetic. Oh, what's that word? Anaesthetic. It's got to have anaesthetic in. Well, a little mask on its face and the gas going in to put it to sleep. Anaesthetist. Anaestheticized? I don't know what you call it. You know what I mean anyway. So it's got to have the gas on there. It's got to be knocked out. And then they do the teeth. But it also needs a couple of extractions as well because it's got bad teeth. Now, I've had 3 cats. And none of them ever had to have their teeth out. So I don't know why this one has got to have its teeth out. But nevertheless, it has got to have some of the teeth out. £800 I've been quoted. £800, dear. And you wonder why I won't have another pet. Too expensive to have cats and pets and dogs. Dogs, even worse, dear. Dogs. My sister, unfortunately, her dog, beautiful Rottweiler dog, just after Christmas, he went to sleep as well. He had cancer on one of the back legs and she kept him going as long as she could. But it's so expensive to have a poor little dog and they get ill, or a cat and they get ill. She didn't tell me how much that cost her, but I suppose that was a few £100 as well. So he's having £800. Unfortunately, of course, so before the operation, you have to starve the cat, don't you? So that the cat doesn't feel that he's being victimised, he didn't feed any of his cats today. He didn't feed any of his cats at all. He starved them all. Poor things are walking around. Where's our food? Poor little cats. We love cats. Liz says, could you mention, please, Northern Ireland Country Music Awards tonight at 7:30 p.m. in Portadown. Steve Blore Media Company. There you go. All right, my darlings. There you go. Well, let's go to Jack. One second. Dave, is that with Andrew Peach? No. Not Andrew Peach, Dave. That is with Babs. Well, her email's come to me as Babs. On the radio, she's called someone else. I can't remember what it is now. Hang on a minute. 8 o'clock. It's not Andrew, but Andrew Peach this afternoon, isn't he? Share. Can't remember her name now. I know it was Babs. First name terms, you see, dear, with the people at the BBC now, my love. That's it. First name terms. Where is it now? Schedules. Here we are. Thursday. That would be with. She's lovely. She's lovely to talk to. I've been chatting to her on the internet thing. Bill Buckley's on there. I didn't know Bill was on it. Michelle on the Move is the program. Michelle on the Move. Okay. Michelle Jordan discovers the surprising people and places that make Berkshire special. So that's who I'll be on with. Just chatting about this little show and why I do it. Because it's fun most of the time. Mark Bowles. Good morning, Mark Bowles. Welcome to our show. There's Fran in charge of thumbs up there. Your poor little cat. Oh, we don't like cats to be ill. We don't like any pets to be ill, really, do we? Right. Heidi says, get on with it, dear. I'm hungry. We'll go and have something to eat then, Heidi. Go and have something to eat then, dear. Go and enjoy what you want to eat there, okay? Is that everyone there? Let's just anything else of interest to people? I do try and keep an eye on as much as I can. There we are. Good. We're down there. Right, a couple of stories for you there this morning. By the way, does anyone still use a hard disk recorder? We kind of went from, video recorders, didn't we? And then to some of you had DVD recorders. I didn't have one of those. And then onto hard disk recorders. And I had a hard disk recorder about 4 or 5 years now. I've taken it out. I just don't use it anymore. Because we've got the iPlayer and the ITV Hub, which isn't particularly good quality, the ITV Hub. Netflix. I've got Amazon Prime now. And I found I wasn't using it. And I thought, well, that's plugged in, constantly using electricity. Isn't it? Constantly using electricity. What's the point of that in not using it? So I've unplugged it. Don't use it anymore. My hard disk recorder. Anyone else use one of those? Or did you just take it out in sequence? Is it just sitting there now, gathering dust and not doing anything? If not, unplug it, because that's using electricity, Why pay for something you're not even using? Huh? Exactly. Thank you very much. That's all right, Liz. Anytime, my love. And we've got a couple of stories here as well. Circuses. Circuses. Now, this is a really interesting story, boys and girls. This is really interesting. In the Daily Mirror this morning. Now, I don't know what you... Why have you... That camera keeps moving, dear. Are you coming in here moving this camera? Dear me. In the Daily Mirror today, a German circus, which bans the use of live animals in its acts, has welcomed them back into the ring. Wait for it. I don't like circuses. I don't like circuses or zoos. What is a zoo? A prison for animals. Ow, but the little children like going around and having a look at them. Yeah, what? So you put an animal in a prison so that your little Jack or Jill can go and look at them? No, it's horrible. Don't like zoos. Don't like zoos. A German circus which banned the use of live animals, this is great, in its acts, has welcomed them back into the ring 3 decades later. This time as holograms. Wow. Founded in 1976. So, oh, have I had my pills? What's the time? Oh my God, hang on a minute. Oh my God, I'm 3 minutes late. I'm practically dying in front of you this morning. There we go. Founded in 1976, Circus Roncalli was one of the first circuses in the world to phase out the use of live animals back in the 1990s. The popular circus welcomes thousands of visitors every month, paying between £25 and £62 to watch the incredible visual spectacle. What a great thing. The projections are around 105 foot wide and 16 feet tall, featuring herds of elephants, galloping show horses, and even the traditional fairground goldfish. The crowds, I'd love to go to this. The crowds can also enjoy stunning acrobatics and clowning around, safe in the knowledge that no animals were harmed for their performance. Has anyone been to see this? The show is made possible by Ottoman and Blue Box technology, which maps exactly where a series of 11 laser projectors need to shoot to create a convincing, almost solid picture. It allows the vast holograms to closely interact with the crowd and for human visitors to learn about conservation and preserving animals for future generations. I think this is great. This is absolutely great. The use of live animals in circuses has been the subject of widespread debate over the last 3 days. Well, of course, they used to pull the teeth out of the lions, didn't they? Terrible, really. A group focused their attention on the treatment of a number of animals, particularly elephants, and the barbaric methods such as using bull hooks being used to train them. And it's just horrible. I don't even want to read any more of that. Not the nasty bit. But that's great. If you could go to a circus and just be able to see everything you could see at a circus except their holograms. I think that's a blooming great idea, that. We want to see some of that in this country. Where was it again? Well, I've closed the story down now. I want to see that. I want to see something like that. Okay, you're chatting to each other. That's good. That's good. Alan, you do not own a cat. A cat owns you. You're right, Alan. You're absolutely right. Alan doesn't like cats. Doesn't matter, Alan. You don't like cats. I don't like Alsatians. That being said, Alsatians are nasty if they're trained wrong. Or properly, depending on how you look at it. Those security Alsatians. There's a bloke over there, he's got them. I hate them. They growl. As soon as they detect someone, they growl and they sneer horrible things. And yet, my lovely neighbour 3 doors down, she hasn't got one anymore. She went through several Alsatians and they were gorgeous. This thing would knock you down when it wants to lick you. Depends how they're trained, you see. Depends how they're trained. Hello to Simon Info Scuba Diving. I don't know what that means. Is that... Oh, I don't know if I should read that. I don't know if I should read that, Simon. That looks a bit dodgy to me. I don't think I can read that, Simon. I don't know what it means, actually. And I don't know how that is of interest. I'm not sure I should read that. I'm not going to read that. Are you talking to each other? Do the circus cha-cha. Cha-cha, cha-cha. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, it's the cha-cha. It's the cha-cha. Are you ready for a mini ice age? In the sun today, Earth could face frosty weather and biting snowstorms over the next 30 years as an ominous solar minimum is going to grip the planet. The sun's going out. Bye-bye. No more suntans. You'll all be down that shop. Oh, that's interesting. Rachel says Lincolnshire Wildlife Park is a fantastic place. They really do take care of their animals. The space the tigers have is amazing. It's like Jurassic Park with the big high fences, etc. And there's a couple of people on here that have been reconstructed from Jurassic Park by the look of it this morning. I tell you that now, Rachel. Not you, darling. Not you. Back to this story. The cold snaps in the sun this morning, talking about a solar minimum, an ice age. The cold snaps caused by the sun entering a natural hibernation period threaten to trigger food shortages as temperatures slump across the planet, experts say. This is global warming for you. Okay, this is global warming. Earth is bracing for a solar minimum, a quiet period in which the sun fires less energy. Oh, well, that's done us in with our solar panels. What a waste of money that was. According to NASA, the sun will reach its lowest activity in over 200 years this year. This could cause average temperatures to drop as much as 1 degree in a cold spell lasting 12 months. It might not sound like much, but a whole degree is very significant for average global temperatures. So stand by for a new ice age. Get your electric blankets on immediately, boys and girls. Claire, most dogs are what you want them to be. If you're a nice person, you will have nice dogs and vice versa. Are you saying that they're not nice people? I don't know, really. Oh, I hate them. He's not the only one. He's got 2 or 3. I think there's 2, and they're just horrible dogs. They hate everyone that comes near them. And there's another woman, she's got this Alsatian. Well, this bloody thing comes running over the grass to you. It follows you. I was on my bike and this dog, and she kept shouting, no, it weren't taking, it kept following me. Barking and growling. It's always Alsatians. It's only Alsatian. Consequently, there was a lady came into the pub with like a bulldog type thing. I think it was a lovely dog. It looked like a vicious dog. I said, "Is it like people?" She said, "She loves people." I'm on the floor with this dog. Oh, gorgeous! One of those. I don't know what it's called. A bit like I don't know what they're called. They are probably. What's the name of that breed? They are known. Sometimes you see in newspapers as ripping people's faces off, that sort of thing. One of those dogs. Not this one. It loved people. It was loving it. It was loving the attention in there. It really was. It is the end of the world, Liz. Lots of tragic events are happening, but don't worry. United Kingdom Talk Television will be there to cover the events in full, my love. In full. In full. Dave Moses, are you still there? Is there any chance I could get an interview or a little bit of a chat with Roman Kemp here in the United Kingdom Talk Television studios? Does he want to be in television? You know, he's only on radio at the moment. I perhaps can give him a leg up. Oh, that or one over. Oh, sorry. I would like. Would it be interesting coming in and seeing this lush television studio? What do you think? Would that happen? One more story then. Britain's energy regulator unveils plans to rip out gas central heating. Oh yes, in the Daily Mail today. Plans to put 10 million electric vehicles on the road within 10 years and rip gas central heating from every home are unveiled today. Energy regulator Ofgem has outlined how the nation will have to change the way it travels and heats homes to meet the government's target of net zero carbon emissions by 2050. The radical scheme to greenwire Britain will be built around plans for a fourfold increase in electricity from wind farms around the coast. There's a fantastic wind farm that you've got to see off the coast of Skegness. You look out on a clear day, and right out in the sea is all these turbines. I think they look wonderful. I know there's some of you out there that think they look pretty ugly, but I've never thought that they look ugly. I think they're magnificent structures. These great big things going round like that, creating electricity from the wind. Fantastic. They've got a fourfold increase in electricity from wind farms around the coast, but the proposals will largely be paid for by families and businesses, adding billions of pounds to bills over the next 30 years. Surprise, surprise. It's suggested that building and running the infrastructure to support the rollout of electric vehicles could be about £2 billion a year, equivalent to £30 on every household bill. And switching away from natural gas, heating and hot water for homes and businesses will require spending as much as £20 billion a year by 2050. Now, one of the things they were talking about was these air source heat pump things. Now, this is the thing I've got in the caravan. They do work differently. They're not as hot as having a red hot radiator, but you leave them on. The idea is you leave them on longer, so you do get the same amount of heat. So, I mean, that's interesting, isn't it? I'm just trying to find a bit where it goes on about the central heating. I'm mainly talking about the oh, there we are. At the same time, traditional natural gas central heating, here's the other ones, and hot water systems will have to be ripped out in millions of homes. These will be replaced with electric heating, like, for example, the air source heat pumps. And, of course, you've got electric heating as well now, haven't you? You know, the storage radiators, that sort of thing. They will be replaced with electric heating and potentially a new gas system run on hydrogen, where the only emissions are water. The regulator said the future of heating is less certain, with a range of possible different pathways to decarbonise. So, I mean, two things there. You've got a hydrogen sort of system and an air source heat pump, and, of course, the storage radiators that you've got now. So that's interesting, isn't it? And on a similar thing, talking about the electric cars, Elon Musk claims it won't be long before his Model S, which, I mean, is so expensive, 80 grand, one of these cars. I can't afford 80 grand on a car. Blimey. Anyway, Elon Musk is saying Tesla is now approaching a milestone for its electric cars. In a conference call last week, Musk claims that the company is quickly approaching the ability to get its Model S car 400 miles on a charge. 400 miles on a single charge. Game-changing, that is. I've got to say, game-changing. And it goes on a little bit about that. I won't read you the whole story because we want to get the raffle done now, boys and girls. But I'd love an electric car. I've said before, I would absolutely love an electric car, but unfortunately, I don't have a socket. I'm not near my garage where I park the car. If I wanted an electric point put in a garage, which I did inquire about, South East Electricity wanted to charge me about £5,000 for that. You couldn't make that up. £5,000 they wanted to put a supply in the garage because it's not part of the house. It's got a flat directly above it, someone else's flat above my garage. But in my garage, no electricity. Thank you very much. That would be between £4,500 and £5,500. So, as you can see, not really possible. That plus the fact when I'm up at the caravan, we only have 16 amps coming in there. And that's not enough. That's really not enough to be able to charge a car and do something. You could probably charge your car, but you wouldn't be able to do anything else at all in a caravan. You couldn't turn anything else on because it would just trip the electric. So I can't have one. Much that I want one. Right. Okie doke. Let's say, my mum is a sexy bimgo. Is she really, Jack? All right, let's have a look. No, you may think you've hijacked the show, Jack. There's a few people on there who often think they've hijacked the show, but I won't have any of it. I don't allow anyone to hijack the show. We try and give everyone exactly the same amount of mentions, if at all possible. Especially if you put interesting things on there. One word replies to sentences that we did about 10 minutes ago kind of doesn't really work too well. But we're just spinning these around. Anything else to read out there? Anyone else has joined us today? Let's have a look there. Right, okay. Fran loves tigers. Beautiful, aren't they? Cats. We love tigers. No, I wouldn't want his number. I wouldn't want his number. I just like to be really interested. I like to find out people. I'd like some more people to come in actually, and I know a few people. I'm going to ask Tom Edwards to come when I'm back up at the Lincolnshire Television Studio Complex. Tom Edwards, he was one of the continuity announcers on Thames. Darren, I'm trying to get Darren to come in. He wants to. He keeps asking me, when can I come in? Darren Litton, who wrote Benidorm and the Scarborough, which unfortunately they didn't commission another series of that. And he's also written for Catherine Tate, so I'd like him to come in as well, and people like that. And we just want to try that and see how that goes. You know, not like an interview, more of just like, you know, two people chatting, something like that. I'd love to do something like that. So I don't know. It's probably too busy anyway. At that age, they're too busy, aren't they? So yeah, one of those things. He'll be flying high, that one. He'll have his own TV show soon. Staffordshire Bull Terrier. Thank you, Heidi. That was the dog that the lady had in the pub. Staffordshire Bull Terrier. Okay. Can you get some magnifying glasses and gifts so that we can super chat Jack one? I saw what you were talking about there. All right, let's do today's raffle. Are you ready, boys and girls? We've been mixing those tickets. Oh, I know why you couldn't hear the super chat jingle. I haven't got the button pushed. All right, you get it again. Here it is. I just realised I didn't have the button pushed when I hit the jingle button there. Hello, Yvonne. You're a bit late, love. Have you only just got there? You only just got there? God. John Parrish, since September, I've got 10 bottles of gas. 65 quid a bottle. That's about normal price, John. You're not being overpriced there. So may opt for split units or something. Yes, I've got the split units, John. I've only got two. One in the living room and one in my bedroom. And you'll find, put them both on and open the doors. That's all you need. You don't need any more than two. You can get two units on one fan. Okay? You can get 2 units on one fan. All right? But they both have to be the same temperature. So if I remember this rightly, John, to help you, whichever unit you have first on, that will be controlling the other one as well, if you see what I mean. Okay? If you've got them both switched off, then you just control that. If you turn one on 20 degrees, then when you turn the other one on, you think you're adjusting it, but it will remain on 20 degrees. I think that's how it works. You're probably better off to have the one. Have you got 16 amps in there? Is it 16 amps? Generally, it's about 16. If you've got more than that, you're really lucky. If you tell me 32 amps, I'll be jealous. I will be jealous. I think you've got 16 amps, so you're better to run them off the one fan, because if you've got 2 fans, twice the amount of electricity, you see. And you might start tripping the circuit. I've never tripped the circuit. Hello to Effion Davis. Good morning, Effion. Welcome to the show, Effion. I think you're new there. Welcome along. All right. Excellent. Okay, let's do the raffle draw. This is for one of our brand new fridge magnets. Oh, the mic's in the way, isn't it? There you go. I'd like you to be able to see the tickets, all right? So no, there's no funny business going on. There will be a few people that shout fix at the end of it. If anyone does that, please, if the rest of you would flame them down, I think you know what that means, shout them down when they do that so that they get all upset and start moaning, okay? Thank you very much. Are you ready? Don't worry about being late, Yvonne, darling. We can't always get up on time like me, dear. Here we go. Here we go. There's one ticket. Ticket number 849. Okay. 849. Who's got ticket number 849? Who's got ticket number 849? If you could check there. Yes, you're a newbie, aren't you, Effie? And welcome to the show, sir. It's just a little bit fun we have most days here. Nothing too serious, okay? Whereabouts are you? Do let us know where you are. We'd love to know where you are, and do hit that subscribe button and the notifications button. Anyone got 849? I've got the name on the back. Let's see if anyone claims it. I bet you don't. I bet you don't. No one will claim it because they don't pay full attention to what's going on. They're probably not even here this morning. Let's see if it's if they know who it is. Okay, so that's the raffle done for this week. These now going to here. Where's that box gone? Anyway. The raffle tickets now going here. Okay, there we are. That'll be for the super draw at the end of the month. And we now have an exit one. Exit? We now have not an exit poll. We now have an empty one. I'll let you know who it is. I don't think they're there this morning, actually. I don't think they're there this morning, to be honest. Ticket number 849. And we'll do the tickets now for next week's raffle. Okay. So, Effion, this is a raffle we do every Monday. Just to let you know, as you're new there, Effion, we do a raffle every Monday, round about this time. For every show that's on, you can get a raffle ticket if you're there. Okay, so if you're there, you get your raffle ticket. That's it. If you can't watch the show, then you can claim your raffle ticket via email. All right, just email me on that address. You need to put the date of the show, which would be today, the 3rd of February, and you can claim your raffle ticket like that. You can claim a raffle ticket up to 1 hour before the beginning of the next show. After that, too late. Once we've moved on, that's it. We can't keep going back. Otherwise, we'll have people writing in, as they did. I missed the show 3 days ago. Can I have a ticket? No, you bleeding well can't. Once we've moved on, that's it. So you can only claim a raffle ticket by email up to 1 hour before the next show starts. Okay? I can't tell you when the next show starts. So if it was 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, you can claim your raffle ticket up to 8. Okay? Right. Let's do this. Raffle tickets for Battle Queue is 17. Can't gamble. Oh, this isn't gambling battle. This is just a bit of fun, mate. You can have a raffle ticket. Just say raffle ticket. You must say raffle ticket. Brian Fitzpatrick, I've won. Incorrect, Brian. It's not you. No, it's not you, Brian. Not you. Is it me, Chris? Don't know. Not going to tell you yet. Not until I've finished. And then I'll let you know. Right, let's go. Heidi, ticket number 891 for Heidi. Heidi Oliver, ticket 891. Heidi. Michael Lawrence, 892. Mandy Davenport, 893. 893. Jason Hughes, 894. Michael Pullman, 895. Scrolling. John Aitken, 896. Roy Branlow, 897. Mike Rees-Ponto, 898. Sean Pye, 899. Who's getting number 900 is Jack Matthews is on 900. Matthews. There's lovely Diane, 901. Scrolling. There's Diane. Mark Bowles, 902. Thank you, Mark. Michael, we've done. Rachel, 903. Ross, 904. I did do your one this morning, didn't I, Ross? Did I reply? I should have replied to you this morning, Ross. I'm sure I did, didn't I? Yes. Tony King, 905. Thank you, Tony. Mick Davenport, 906. Brian Fitzpatrick. Hang on, Brian. No, it's not Brian. Brian Fitzpatrick, 907. Claire, 908. Hello to John. Oh, that's a new person there. Hello, John. Welcome to the show, John. John. Wow, that's a long name. Can I just put John Michael? Was that all right? Such a long name. I'll never finish writing out the ticket. John, your ticket number 909. As you know, as I say, it's the raffle we do every Monday, okay? We do the raffle every Monday. So you're getting your ticket for next week's raffle, okay? Just to let you know. Adam the Plumber's in house. Good morning, Adam. Hope you're well there. Hope you're well, Adam. Let's have a look. Gareth Loxton. Good evening, Gareth. Morning, Gareth. Robert Lunn. Please say ticket, please, if you want a ticket. Robert Lunn, 910 for Robert. Dave Moses, thank you. Young man, Dave, I love it. I need to meet you soon. I need to meet you. I've got time off now for February and March. I'm down south here, so I do have some time. Perhaps I could drive up to your little radio place. Is it very far? What's the distance in time? I don't want miles. Time, please. And what time are you on? Perhaps you come up and show me your little studio. We can do a little video while we're up there. Colin K, 912. Colin K, 912. Oops, I've just jumped forward there. 1 second, my darlings. That's jumped right forward. That is Colin. I did Colin, didn't I? Thank you. Adam the Plumber, 913. It's Adam who's taken me out for afternoon tea at Dorchester on Wednesday. I'm so excited. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. I know. Perhaps I should send an upload of me singing to BBC Upload as well, to their new music. Do you think they'd play that out? Just a suggestion. Fran, 914. How are we doing with a thumbs up today, Fran? Is that happening all right? Yvonne Lemon, 915. 915 for lovely Yvonne. 916 for Mr. Alan Wainwright, who don't like cats. Nothing wrong with that. We all like different things, Alan. Battle Cute says, this doesn't seem as real as Periscope. I don't get that at all, to be honest. I don't know how this is not as good, not the same as Periscope. I don't see what you mean there. Is it because I don't concentrate just reading messages out? Is that why? That's just boring. To sit there, and I've seen these people on Periscope, they fire up their Periscope and they literally look at the screen and just read messages out. Well, what's the point of that? There is no show. We tried to do a show here. We tried to do some sort of show on here. All right, my love. That's why. Is that everyone? Let's have a look. Is that everyone? All you have to do is say ticket. That's right. Battlecute 13. Battlecute 13 is 917. 917 for you, Battlecute 13. Are you very young then? Are you like, I know this is a stupid question. Probably this is completely wrong. Are you 13? I don't know. Are you 13? Maybe you are. Oh, there you are. No, you can't be. I had to drive all the way to Michigan to get weed. I don't know. Well, maybe you are 13. You own guns over there at about 12 years old, don't you? Hello to Mick Mowers. Morning, Mick. Nice to see you, sir. Mick is in the house. Hello, Mick. You all right, Mick? Jason's waiting for Greg. Jason, he's outside Greg's. You know, like people queuing for pubs before they open in the olden days. Jason's like that. Jason Hughes is like that with Greg's the Bakers. He's waiting for the van to pull up. Oh dear. Right, let's tell you who won the raffle. I think that's everyone. If I've missed anyone out, please speak now. If I've missed out your name for the raffle ticket, please speak now. The raffle winner today, as you saw earlier, pulled 849, was Mr. Joseph McDonald, who's with us often, but not today. He doesn't seem to be with us today. So he needs to be reminded that he's won. We don't pull another raffle ticket. That will sit there now until he's claimed his prize. He's won one of these. One of our brand new 2020 fridge magnets. That's what he's won. Mr. Joseph McDonald. I think he's in Spain, actually. So there we are. That will sit there for him. I'll probably forget. Okay, so if when next time we do a show, which is tomorrow night is the next show. Phone-in show tomorrow between 7 and 9. If he's on, just remind him that he's won the raffle. Would you, my darlings? Thank you. SOS Gregorian, 918 for you, sir. There we are. Effion, yes, of course you can have a ticket. 919 for Effion. By the way, have I said your name right? Effion, that's how it looks. Had to pop out the room. Did you give me a raffle ticket? Oh, maybe I did one earlier, did I? Let me double check for you. I've got them all in front of me. No, haven't done one yet. You have to ask for a raffle ticket. You literally have to put in your message, ticket please, or something like that. Otherwise, I just think you're sending me messages. All right. Alrighty. I went to I told you I went to Greg's, didn't I? Saturday. Had the vegan steak bake. Very nice. Very nice. Very recommended. All right. Excellent. Let's do today's birthdays, boys and girls. Happy birthday on this Monday, the 3rd of February, 2022. Mr. Paul Dow. Lovely man. He'll be at the karaoke tonight. I must go and get him a little cake tonight as well. Happy birthday to... I don't suppose he'll eat it because he's been doing the slimming world for ages. He's lost an enormous amount of weight. He was a really big lad and he's stuck to it and he's done so well. And his health has dramatically improved as well. Congratulations. Mr. Paul Dow reaches the big 60 today. Happy birthday, 60 to Paul Dow. Lautaro, I think it is. Rodriguez Del Rio. Happy birthday to you. 25 years old today. David Simpson. He was in the pub Saturday night. Always nice to see you, David. Such a nice man. We get on like a house on fire. Happy birthday for you today, David. And Diane Brearley. Good morning, Diane. A big happy birthday to you as well. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, boys and girls. Have a wonderful, wonderful birthday. Thank you, Mike Rees-Ponto. Just got an email from you there, which I'll stick on the system for tomorrow. Okay. Gang, what are you doing tonight? I'm hosting a karaoke night tonight. That's at Central Station in Wharfdale Road, King's Cross. Show starts at 7:30. Come and sing. It's cheap drinks. Certain drinks are cheap. Some of the drinks are cheap. Okay. You can come and either sing a song or indeed just come and watch our wonderful, talented people there. It's Monday night, Central Station, karaoke tonight in London from 7:30. All right. Thanks for joining us on the show. I'll see you again tomorrow night for the phone-in show, somewhere between 7 and 9 o'clock tomorrow night, here on this channel. Have a lovely day. Thanks for watching and listening. Bye-bye now.